Howdy do, friends. Any great journey you go on, you may need a map, but you also have to remember where you came from so you can go back home. Though you can never go home, sometimes they say. So what I'm doing today is I got this, just glued a piece of paper to a piece of cardboard, and I want to go around and kind of make sort of a, it's not CAD, it's not official, but that way, so when I take the trim off the doors, and I don't know, it'll help down the line. I'll show you why. Quick disclaimer, this is a boring video. It's just primarily about labeling things and laying out stuff and looking in holes. If you're into that sort of thing, please, by all means, proceed. But you've been warned that this is just a lot of writing things down. So I edited it down as much as possible, but yeah, like I said, if you're into it, carry on. So I got the whole hallway, which is 25, 35, 45, 47 foot from the end of the laundry room to there. Alright, so we got the 47 feet's the longest distance. Then I'll just do it as, so I'm going to make it a scale that ½ inch is a foot. Again, it's not going to be scientific at all. And the hallway is 4 foot across, so we'll call that 2 inches. Roughly 4.5. So 4.5 would be, that's right, 2 1/4. So 2 1/4, bong bong. I'm gonna measure this dead space too. Anyway, you get it, so I'll do the whole floor. Again, not super exciting, but a very important part of the building process, in my opinion, of course. Alright, this is a bit tough to see because I got a cheap camera. As was pointed out to me by a YouTube viewer, sorry, I'm not Mr. Rich Man. No, actually I screw a lot of nice cameras up doing construction work and filming it, so I'm going to stop doing that. Right now I'm labeling all the rooms. Master, obviously, is what I'm standing in. Closet. I'm going to call this, this will be the W bed. That's the west bedroom. Actually, I'll just call that the WB. The WB! First, I thought I was losing my mind, which I never discount as a real possibility. Because as I was measuring this out, I'd see things like this. I'm like, I can't be that, I didn't think I was that far off. And like I said, I was losing my mind, but what, like there's an entire another foot of room right here. And all this along between the bathroom and the hallway. All of that. Dead space. I had a couple boxes in here, so I didn't really notice this. But that's behind that laundry room, and there's just 2 little screws holding that there. This was not initially a game I was going to play today, but I kind of got my courage up to kind of see what's going on in that joint. So I got a feeling it smells stinky. I lifted it back a little bit. So I'm going to see who's living in there.
There's like an army of them, but I don't know if it's daytime or they're hibernating, but they're kind of asleep. Holy shit. We'll get a little closer. There's at least like, dude, I've seen it at least 10 moving around. I'm gonna shove this broom in there. I'm gonna get them moving. Oh my god. Alright. I got the windows open, so hopefully they just fly right out the goddamn window. Woo! 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 You just got played! Actually, I didn't find anything aside from a little bit of poop. But really, just a very strange dead space here. And like in math, they say you gotta prove your work. And I saw my measurements were way off, and I wonder where all that space went, and it's up in here, really. So really, I can knock my bathroom wall out a little bit, make it a little bit bigger, or hide a body in here, head ground, post style. But it's also nice to know I'm not as bad at math as I thought I was.
Quite a world of discovery. If you can't tell, yes, I do have a sick obsession with bats. But anyway, the real purpose for today is as I demo these doors, I want the rooms labeled and then the trim labeled. So I'm going to call this number 1, 2, and 3. And these trim, they're a two-part trim. There's this outer piece and then the inner piece. But as this is the master bedroom, hallway side, it would be M, H, right? Master, hallway. B, H. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. Suck on that, bitch. So nice and easy now. Nice and easy. Take it easy. Trying to rip it all off at one time, just a little bit. Just a little bit as we go. Little bits. Don't, whoa, buddy, whoa, easy there. Watch your 45s. M, H, 1. Okay, so that's a piece of trim, MH1. Before I got all these nails, I'm gonna get the nails out now. I know a lot of you've taken a nail out before and you hit it with a hammer, but I found with the other ones downstairs, I start hitting that hammer, or nailing that hammer back through. That nail's been in there for 100 years, so it's a part of the wood now, really. So it started splitting the wood. So in order to cut these off, I got a grinder here, but you want to be surgical about it. This is the part of the demolition that's you're not a moose. You're not a wrecking ball at this stage. You're a surgeon. You're surgically removing the nice stuff. This is not the fun part of demolition. This is the craftsman type of demolition here. So what I'm going to do is basically hold it as close as possible. Alright, give them all a good once over. Make sure you got all the nails. Make sure they're all labeled appropriately. Then these are all the trim I'm going to put. We stack them rough side to rough side, because even though the nails are pretty well ground down, I still don't want to take the chance that they're going to slide on each other. Crash it all up. I use this kind of paper a lot. It's called butcher paper. You can find it in the painter aisle or at a grocery store. Shrink wrap would work really good for this, but I don't have any, and I'm not trying to spend money unless I have to. Just on the paper, not on the wood. Master Hall. And that's one bundle. Huh? Well, what about the baseboard, Luke? Well, if you'd settle down, I'd tell you. Basically the same, really. Because it's up on the wall like this. This side's the bathroom, B. And that side's the master, M. Like bowel movement. My grandma used to always call poops BMs. Which is funny, because they were poops. Some of these came off as one big McNugget. Alright, these dudes are just gonna pop right out at the hinge. Oh, real quick, I just want you to know all this psychotic shit you see written on the wall, I had nothing to do with that. I love you. I do love you, but I wouldn't need to write it on the wall. Write it on your face. But, yeah, and down, again, no offense to any Christian people, but they had like weird Bible verses just scratched into the wall downstairs. That's some serial killer, put the lotion on the skin kind of things going on down there. Like, what? Alright. Like this bit here raises really more questions than answers. It's nice to be loved, I guess, but everything I need. Me, my flag, and real closely next to it is rifle and my phone. Well, it's good they don't, the child knows. I'm guessing it's a, I don't know how this child identifies, but the curls there, I'm gonna guess it's a female, but I hate to assume. But it's good they know the phone's not important. And I don't know what your stance is on how strongly you love the flag. I get it, I'm a veteran. I understand, you can't tell by my love of acronyms when naming rooms, but as a child I really could have, rifle again. As a child I really wasn't sitting around thinking about respect for the flag. And so much so that I had to put it on as a priority to decide whether or not it was. And then she decided after all, her flag wasn't as important as herself. Alright, probably any dum-dum thinks they can just pop the pin out of these, and that is true. Any dum-dum can do that, and I am that dum-dum. But sometimes you get a little aggressive with it. You can actually do some damage, right? All that on there, that's paint, and I plan to drop that in some Coca-Cola and wash it on off so they're nice and brass looking. But sometimes you jack around and you can scratch this up, or you hit the door, or you hit the trim. This trim I don't really care about because it's painted anyway. But I try to be very careful when doing this. I try to go this way, and then if this is already pretty nice because it's already opened up. But let's say that wasn't opened up and you got to get it open. I want to go this way and sort of guide my finger there so you don't miss and then tap the door itself. Sometimes if they're a bit hard to get up and out, just nice and easy. This is super easy, so this is a terrible example. But some of these have been in there for a long time. Some of you at home watching be like, you don't think I know how to do this? Kiss my ass. Again, a small pry bar is nice, but again, you want to be enough with your hand as a guide that you're not, and I'm pressing toward the pin and up. This I'm just going to label on the bottom. The interior of all the rooms has painted trim, all except the laundry room. In another room, the bedroom downstairs, I tried stripping the paint off, and basically I spent a month sanding and stripping, and it still looked like hell when I went to go stain it. It was like deep in the grain, so I'm just not going to do that. I'm also going to save this wood though still. This is, although it's not in amazing shape, wood costs money. And all the baseboard is basically cut to length, although I'm going to be taking some walls out, so that might change. But regardless, I'm still going to write where it came from. EB, that's beautiful handwriting, EB West. Whoa. This is kind of fun. Look how nice their handwriting used to be. Carpenter's writing in calligraphy. Can't even say the word. Calligraphy. Well, dudes, that's pretty much that for a little bit. Yeah, basically now I'm just moving doors downstairs and trim downstairs and sweeping up, and I'm gonna change the lights out, put some safety lights on there instead, outlet covers, that sort of nonsense. And then I'm ready to get a dumpster, ready to rip it. But I got to go work for the man for a couple weeks. That's sort of how I'm going to do this. I'm going to like, yeah, go do someone else's job, get my money up, and then put the money in here, and then that's that. So so I don't want to say very big thing. I got a couple new subscribers, which welcome to the team. And I got some subscribers that stuck around for a while, and I don't really know why, and I appreciate that. I know a lot of you in an RV, and you're like, I came here for RV stuff. Now this son of a bitch is in a house with no wheels. It's useless to me. But you're still here, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Again, I'm going to try to be better about putting the videos out. But you're not going to see one for maybe a week or two, but you got 4 this week, so you should have paced yourself, I guess, if that's what you're into. And again, thanks for all the nice comments. A couple people sent a couple messages of support, so I appreciate that. And bye-bye.